Hi everyone, it's Jennifer Nassi with Learning Leaf LLC, and I wanted to talk to you today about the subtle ways that we attack ourselves. And why would I do that? Well, I was thinking about chronic illness and how really that's when, a system in our body breaks down and isn't functioning the way it should. Then I was thinking about autoimmune disease. As most of you know, I have psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disease. I have lots of friends and loved ones who struggle with autoimmune disease and clients as well. And autoimmune disease, in reality, is the body attacking the self. So let's take a look at that a bit further, because we know genes play a part, but really they play a much smaller part than most people think. We know now that we can turn genes on and off, right? There has to be an environmental trigger, an emotional trigger, something that trips that gene. Now, we know diet is important. Don't get me wrong. Changing my diet was one of the best things I ever did. It was a huge step in my healing process. That was what really healed my gut and boosted my energy and got me on track so that I could then address the other parts of my life. Diet is a big piece, but it's not the only piece, because there are lots of ways that we attack the self. Sometimes we do it through food. If you ever think about emotional eating, I don't know anyone who hasn't had an experience with that at some point when you're angry or alone or scared or frustrated, who hasn't gone to food for soothing, right? The catch is it's telling our body that the feelings we're having are not important enough to be dealt with, and they're just left there festering, and that attacks the self. What about the thought processes we have? I can tell you an example in my life. I had a very traumatic birth experience with my son. He was 8 weeks premature. It certainly wasn't what we were expecting. And I attacked myself for years. I still catch myself. What did I do wrong? It must have been my fault. What could I have done differently? I should have done this differently, right? Or how about with the birth of my daughter? That actually was a wonderful experience. But then I had 2 kids under 2 and a husband working full-time who was also in graduate school. And I didn't know how to reach out for help. Because if I were to reach out for help or support, what I was telling myself was something must be wrong with me. I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing enough. I should be able to do all these things. Attacking myself, right? Where else do we do that in our lives? With our career, our relationships, where we deny ourselves what we really want. We tell ourselves things like, I don't have the skills to do that, or there's no way that they would hire me, or I can't do those things because my family wouldn't be supportive, or we don't have the money, or it just goes on and on. We have all these reasons, all these excuses for why our life can't be the way we want it to be. And so we stay where we're comfortable, but where we're also unhappy and unfulfilled. And that also attacks the self. So I know this is a big shift, but again, the journey is way more than just diet. It's also looking at our whole life and the way we look at our life, the way we handle things in our life. Where in our lives are we attacking ourselves? Because believe it or not, it's a big piece of the puzzle to healing our body from doing the same. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know your thoughts, and I will look forward to seeing you back here next time. Take care.